Hi guys, welcome back to Sunday League to Champions League. My name is Chris, aka Big Will, and today we have an away game against our former club Dundee United in the Champions League, followed by a home game against Atletico Madrid. And I don't want to alarm anybody, but we've finally won an away league game. It's been a long time coming. We've had to change the system. As you can see, we've had a shocking run of form recently since you were last with us. Obviously, we lost against Villarreal and drew with Cadiz. We drew 2-2 away at Arsenal. We were 2-0 down in that game, so we did well to get back into it. We then got battered by Espanyol in a derby game, and we were absolutely shocking. And we tried to go to a tiki-taka system for the Arsenal and Espanyol game. It worked okay for a little bit, but it didn't do a lot from there. So we've changed it up again. We've gone to a vertical tiki-taka, and it just means we're a bit more direct with our play, but we still do that one-touch passing type style of game. We beat Real San Sebastian by 3 goals to nil. I think that's Real Sociedad. I'm not certain. And then we played Real Betis away from home, and we won 2-0. So we've finally got another away win. Obviously, previous to that, our only away win, randomly, was against Real Madrid. So we've done very well to finally push through that tough spell of away form, and we go into today's game away at Dundee United, hoping to improve our fortunes in the Champions League. We'd also beaten Dortmund, I think, away from home as well, thinking about it, thanks to a last minute winner. But hopefully we are onto something here. It's going to be a tough run thing. Champions League form is not great, having lost to Dynamo away as well. Um, we're sat on 4 points at the moment. We really need to improve. We've got Hedl in goal, Tomiyasu, Van Heck, Araujo and Koundé at the back, De Jong, Verelst and De Ketelaere in midfield, Saglin Bennett and Balde out wide and Ramos up front. We're having to rotate the side quite a bit because unfortunately fitness is a bit of a concern at the moment. De Jong isn't fully fit, to be fair, either. Um, so the potentially will be an opportunity. Seivold's on the bench, but again, he's not fully fit, so Valbuena may get an opportunity. So we'll see how things go in today's game, and fingers crossed we can get a good result. Um, Dundee United, believe it or not, are actually favourites to win this game. So it either shows what a good job we did in the first place at Dundee United to get them into a good position, or it shows the decline of this Barcelona side. As you can see, a number of players there that we may recognise, but that first team squad, looking at that, I mean, Lulic is still there, O'Donnell is still there. Um, a lot of them players on the bench we didn't have. Toure is a new player, Alarcon, Jared Bowen has come into the club, Gillian Chandler, Christensen's still there along with James, so the core of the midfield's still there at least. They've got Laporte, so there's a couple of aging players in there to be fair with Bowen and Laporte, Sutar. So it's a very different Dundee United team than the one we left 2 and a bit seasons ago. So a little bit of unknown going into this really. Hopefully we can do the job today, but it is going to be tough. And I think, to be fair, underestimate Dundee United at our own peril, really. Fingers crossed, like I say, we can get a good result. Like I say, the first away win in quite some time in the league has given us a good bit of confidence. We've had a couple of consecutive clean sheets as well, which has certainly been a boost. Laporte here with a throw into Sutar. Now James into Chandler. Into Alarcon, who's completely free here, and his shot goes over the crossbar. Not ideal to start the game, but hopefully we can grow into the game as it goes on. Early stages would suggest that, as per these last couple of games when we've changed to this vertical tiki-taka, we are going to do well with possession. But we've got to make sure we do the job with the possession. Ilian Chandler's charging forward here, and he switches the play superbly to Alarcon. And he's charging down that left-hand side, and there's Chandler again, and we're a goal down here. We didn't look good defensively at all there, did we? We have been absolutely sliced open here by our former club Dundee United. and we have work to do. And again, away from home, I have no confidence. I know we finally won one, but I have no confidence in us away from home. And with the way things are at the minute, we're going to struggle to qualify. We've got some tough games to come in this Champions League, and the games that I felt that we could win, we lost against Dynamo, and this game could be heading in a similar direction. Um, the games that I thought we'd struggle in, we've won against Dortmund and we drew with Arsenal. So certainly things that we need to look at. De Jong's already struggling here for his fitness, but we have been poor here. We've got to wake up. We've not had any creativity in the side at all. Schendelar knocks it forward, looking for Jared Bowen. Van Heck manages to clear. James and Christensen, and there's Torre in behind, and it's going to be 2-0. No, it's not. Heddle just about manages to make the save with Araujo getting a touch on it as well. But we need to really focus up here. This is shocking, considering the circumstances we're in. We should be a lot better than this. Here's Alarcon, plays it in. Heddle does make the claim, but away from home, we just can't seem to get any run of form going. At home, we look quite strong, but away from home, we're so poor. Araujo manages to clear. Here's De Jong. Now Tomiyasu. Plays it into Verelst. De Jong again. Over the top looking for Balde. Now into Koundé. Plays it into the penalty area. Saglin Benny's at the far post. It's a good save. Balde on the rebound. It takes a deflection of Violent. And that's the best chance that we've had all game. But we need to be putting these chances away. Saglin Benny with the corner toward the near post. Cleared away by James. Here's Araujo. And half time, Caesar's 1-0 down, and we need to improve. We really do need to improve here. In terms of chance creation, we have been the better side. They've had the one shot on target and scored it, but this happened against Dynamo. They had one shot on target against us and scored it, and we just couldn't get a goal. And Koundé's taken a knock, so he's going to have to come off. De Jong's going to have to come off as well, I think. We'll bring Valbuena on for De Jong. Enric maybe. Enric's going to have to come on at right back, I think. De Ketelaere we're going to take off for Pedri. We need that spark in midfield, and we're going to bring Lautaro Martinez on up front. Saglin Bennett's been poor again. He scored on his debut, Saglin Bennett, and since then he has done nothing. So I'm a bit disappointed with the way it's going for him at the moment, but we'll see how things go. We're going to demand more. Bowen has actually got a free kick though here for Dundee United, and he whips it to the far post. We managed to get it away. Christensen picks it up into Bowen, and there's Torre. I think he was offside, but again, it's far too easy. I think he was offside. Yes, he was offside. I mean, that's quite lucky from our point of view, but it looks like we're going to really struggle to get anything out of this game. We've not looked good going forward. And here's Gonzalez with a free kick, whips it to the far post. Martinez didn't even challenge for the ball. He's managed to pick it up now, though. Here's Van Heck. Into Valbuena. Now Emmerich. Looking over the top for Gonzalez, who wins the header. And there's Balde. And we do have our equaliser. Or do we? Offside is being appealed. The goal's been given, so we sat at 1-1 here. The youngsters played a good part in that move as well. Emmerich with a nice ball over the top to Gonzalez, who headed it across, and Balde just about squeezed it in, going across the face of goal off the inside of the post. And we have our equaliser. Here's Torre into Christensen. Bear in mind we made all 5 substitutions, so if players get tired, there's nothing we can do. Here's Aymeric Laporte into Violent. Christensen again, all the way back to Schendelar. Now Violent. We need to maintain our shape here. Araujo not winning the header. And here's Alarcon. It's a good block in the end by Emmerich, and he's coming forward with the ball now. Need support, and the pass was shocking. That was a very poor pass in the end from Emmerich. He did well to carry the ball out, though, to be fair to him. James swings it out wide to Gillian Chandler, and there could be another opportunity knocking for Dundee United. Pedri's done nothing since coming on either. Oh my word. I mean, that is an unbelievable goal by Gillian Chandler. And we're behind again. And that was worthy to win any game. We're going to demand more, but we're heading for another Champions League defeat here. Defensively, we've been terrible again. Alarcon into Torre, now Bowen is 3. Oh my god. Oh dearie me. Away from home, we are absolutely rubbish at the moment. We finally got a win, and it's done nothing to change the tide. And if we get knocked out of the Champions League, I might be out of a job. We have been absolutely battered here. 3 shots on target, 3 goals. I don't know if that's against Heddle or what, but defensively we've been shocking. Van Heck into Tomiyasu, now Valbuena, into Verelst. Balde picks it up, moves down this right hand side. Lays it back into Emmerich. Here's Balde again. Chance to play it in, does so, and there's Gonzalez with the finish. I mean, it was very simple, but it's going to be too little too late. There's 2 minutes left of added time. And it was a very well worked goal. Emmerich again being quite instrumental since coming on at right back. Balde with a lovely delivery, finding Gonzalez. I mean, we know that Dundee United are capable. We proved it ourselves with some brilliant wins against AC Milan, Fiorentina, Bayern Munich. We did really well with them when we play in Europe, but considering the match stats, it's not good enough. They had 3 shots on target and scored them all. Have we got to replace Heddle in goal? That is another thought that I'm starting to have. And I mean, Balde had a good game, as did Gonzalez, both of them with a goal and an assist for each other. But everything else was absolutely terrible. And again, I mean, Dundee United are up to 8th now, and we're really, really struggling. If we stay in the top 24, I say if because at the moment it doesn't look like we're going to be doing so, then we go into a playoff. But because of our away form, you've got to play home and away legs, of course. Then I don't really know what we can do. You know, we've got to rely on outscoring the opposition simply with a home game. But I mean, you look at that schedule. We were away against Dynamo, or we're actually at home against Dortmund. I do apologise. So we were away against Dynamo, away against Arsenal, and away against Real Betis. The one home game we've had, we've won. The 3 away games, we've had 2 defeats and a draw. We've got Juventus at home, Porto away, Lazio and Shakhtar at home. So, can we say there's saving grace in the fact that we're at home for the majority of the Champions League games? This stuttering form is not good. With Barcelona, we've got to do a lot better than this. And to follow it up, we've got an extremely tough game at home to Atletico Madrid. I know our home form's great, but at the same time, it's Atletico Madrid. We've got to be on point and we need to improve. So bear with me for a couple of moments. We've got a few days to get through until that game, and I'll be back soon. Okay, then here we go. No fresh injury concerns. Um, I'm still debating what to do with our goalkeeping options because, like I say, at home we have been decent, but I'll reserve judgment until after this game. Um, our better replacement goalkeeper, Olafsson, I don't think he's supposedly better, but I don't think he's as good as our reserve one that we brought in over the summer from a personal point of perspective. So if Heddle does get dropped, we'll be bringing in our South African youngster. So he's still getting a chance to prove himself. Headley, obviously, he was signed in the summer from Chelsea, but he's really, I mean, that game against Dundee United, he was shocking. I mean, yes, the second goal from Chandler was unstoppable. No keeper saving that. It was a brilliant goal, but he should have been better for at least a third goal. But we go into this game against Atletico Madrid. We are reasonably confident when we're at home. I'm hopeful that we can continue in that same manner, but the contrast we've had between home and away form has been very, very bizarre. And I don't know, I think there's something missing. I think the thing is, it's an aging squad as well. We need some young, fresh talent in this team, and we haven't got the money to do it. Um, we've got to sell before we can buy, and that is the hard part because with the older players, you sell them, they don't get as much money as you need to pay for the young talent to bring in. And I think we're going to have problems going forward with how we're going to be able to replace the players in this squad. We haven't got the wage budget either, so obviously being able to actually bring players in on pre-contract agreements even could be difficult come January. But we'll have to wait and see. Here's Ferde into Bamba. Back into Ferde, it's a brilliant delivery, and Luis Enrique. I could see that happening as soon as that ball was whipped in. Luis Enrique with the finish. I don't think he was offside. VAR is checking. Yeah, he's been awarded. I did think he was onside. And once again, we find ourselves behind. And the only reason we're fifth in the league at the moment is because we're winning our home games. If we start losing at home, we have got big, big problems here. And like I said to you previously, if we continue in this manner, I'll be lucky to finish this season in charge of Barcelona, I think, to be honest. No matter the tactic side of it, the formation works for the team, in my opinion. But the way we set the team up, regardless of which way it is, Gegenpress doesn't seem to work. The tiki-taka, we're not quick enough. This vertical tiki-taka, we've seemed to have improved a little bit in terms of scoring goals. Atletico Madrid, we know how good they are defensively anyway. So I'm not going to base it solely on this game. But going forward, like I say, I think we have improved a bit. We've scored a couple more goals. Obviously, in the defeat to Dundee United, we scored twice. We scored two away at Betis, and we bagged three against San Sebastian. So I think the goals are there, but we just can't quite get it right at the moment. And overall, this has been quite an even game. We have created opportunities. Molina's having a poor game. De Jong again is struggling for fitness, and I'm starting to think that De Jong might not be up to the pace anymore. We did sign him to a new contract, but it still expires at the end of this season. Um, and the reason we did that was to reduce his wage, basically. Um, we're going to take off some of the poorer performers as well here. Baldé's going to come on at left back. I'm going to move Koundé to centre back. In my opinion, Koundé should be playing centre back, but he's better at right back, which is daft in my opinion. But De Jong's coming off, making all five changes by the looks of it, I think actually. Molina, Ramos, and De Ketelaere have been shocking. Van Heck, I don't. He's a good player, Van Heck, but I don't think he's going to be the necessary quality, and I think he's going to be a player that we might look to get rid of come January. But again, it's replacing these players. We haven't got the biggest of squads really, and we are having to filter our youngsters into the squad for numbers. Valbuena has come in and he's played reasonably well in that midfield area. But again, we can't be relying on 18-year-olds. Fofana's done okay when he's played as well. The young defenders, Emmerich and Gelmer, haven't done too badly either. And again, Heddle palming it away there. He should have done better with that. But again, creating pressure on himself there, the goalkeeper. And I'm not full of confidence. And again, though, we're not playing badly, but we just can't seem to get it to relate in our results. And that is going to be consecutive defeats here in this episode. Not ideal. All of the performances were very average. Between poor and average. Oh, dearie me. I really am stuck for what we can do. I mean, I've thought about going two up front and doing a diamond, things like that, but it leaves us far too open out wide. And yes, we will have easier games, but at the moment, I feel that we aren't even good enough to qualify for Europe. And that's not just because of the form, that's in general. We've got some very good players here, but they are all the best players that we've got are getting on a bit. Araujo is still a very good defender, as is Koundé. But, I mean, even Koundé, he's made errors this season. He really has. And you look at Koundé's attributes, they're fantastic. He should be so much better than how he's playing. But he's better at right back than he is at centre back. I'm guessing that's largely just down to his height, and he should be playing a lot better than he is. But I think, to be quite honest, we're going to have to really break down these tactics and have a good look at this team and see exactly what we can do. De Ketelaere isn't happy with us either because we've dropped his squad stature down a level, so he's only going to be a regular starter now rather than a star player or whatever he was before. He's not good enough, and we are struggling now. With that form, that's 2 wins in 8 games. And that, to me, is relegation form. The fact that we're sat in 6th somehow in the table is mental to me. In terms of the actual, I mean, we've got Juventus coming up and we've got Porto coming up as well. In terms of actual league games, we've got Alaves, Malaga, Granada, Levante, Vigo and Valladolid. Out of those 6 league games, only 2 of them are at home. In reality, we should win all 6 of those. But considering our away form, I really don't know. In terms of the next episode, I think we'll get through probably the next 6 games just to really push it on a bit, and we'll come back for a double away day with Vigo and Valladolid at the end of December, and then we'll smash our way through January and get a transfer roundup before we do Bilbao and Real Madrid at home. So until then, guys, thank you very much for all your support. Please like and subscribe to the channel. It is all greatly appreciated. I will see you all next time for hopefully better fortunes. And this is Big Will, signing away.